has its own category. Strolling of the Heifers also has its own category. So plenty of good stuff there for all you streaming viewers out there. And of course, I apologize, some of this will get repeated during the 5:45 live television broadcast, but you're still tuned in to a online stream exclusive. So enjoy while I keep chatting away for another 30 or 40 seconds until I get the live signal here, which I'm very excited about going live. And again, let's just take a look around here. We're going to be jamming in the downtown penthouse broadcast apartment here that we'll be rocking. Maybe I'll look even cooler if I have a guitar here. What do you think about that? Yeah, that'll really make it right here for us. All right, what do we have for time left? Well, now, look at this. We are about to go live on Brattleboro Community Television. So for all you viewers out there, get ready for a wild ride. Here we go. It's getting ready to go live on television. Streaming viewers, I've been very pleased to bring you this streaming exclusive. It's time to hit television. It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BC TV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm tonight's host, Roland Boyden. And this is 5:45 Live, and we do this now weekdays with the exception of Tuesdays. For 15 minutes in the evening, right before you hit the nightly news, we like to broadcast a little of local news. Brattleboro has only one television station, Brattleboro Community Television, channels 8 and 10 on the Comcast dial, and we know how much you like to find out what's going on. Tonight, we'll be broadcasting right here via the web, so if we look a little bit pixelated, if you can't see this definition here, never fear, we'll be back tomorrow broadcasting from our studio at 5:45 in full broadcast quality. In the meantime, I'm broadcasting from Climate Studios. This is the popular radio series, The Climate, on Brattleboro Community Radio, and we're in their underground treehouse bunker lighthouse remote broadcast studio doing a little 5:45 live show, and then directly following this show at 6 p.m., we'll be hopping over to Radioland to host a show there, complete with contest prizes, chit-chat shenanigans, live performances, features, and the like. So be sure to stick around for that. At 6 p.m., you can find ways to listen to that at WVEW.org. Now let's hit the news stories for 5:45 Live. We'll start with the battle between the state and Vermont Yankee that's going on, and the heavy hitters keep piling in this showdown that's happening with Vermont Yankee suing the state, claiming that they are trying to regulate what should only be left to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Most recently, the Vermont Attorney General Bill Sorrell has come out and said that among other things, Entergy has really yet to pick an argument and stick with it. That this is just they're not honoring the agreement, here at 5:45 Live, we'll be continuing our VY report. We'll get locals on both sides of the debate in here. That begins next week when we'll get down and dirty on the aging nuclear power plant and what you think about it. So regardless of your view, if you want to get involved, contact us. Go to brattleboro.tv.org, and you'll find an email from me, Roland Boyden, tonight's host. Moving on, more stories. An Arlington man died this week when he stepped out into oncoming traffic on I-91. He was struck by a tractor-trailer truck and died instantly. The state police are investigating it, but they don't expect to hand out any tickets, citations, or major charges to the driver. It looks like he was going under the posted speed limit, driving safely, and he just did not expect the man to step out into traffic. But they'll be investigating that and finding out more. And of course, big news for BC TV, we're going to be live at graduation, which starts Friday at 6 p.m. on Channel 8. We'll be going out into the field with all of our equipment, just about everything we own. We'll head up to the high school on Nottowich Field where they'll be doing their BUHS graduation ceremony. We'll have 4-camera coverage of it, and I'll also be doing a 5:45 Live exclusive remote broadcast before that, gearing up for it. So that's something to look forward to as well. Tomorrow, we'll talk with BUHS graduating senior and dedicated BCTV volunteer Cleo Roan, who has been working with us for a long time. She's getting ready to head off, take a year off, travel, go abroad. We'll talk to her about her plans, about her experience at the high school, what she's looking forward to about graduation, and what she has learned at BCTV and why you should get involved in BCTV. She's got some very good things to say about a very good TV station. That'll be coming up tomorrow. I'll also mention that we'll be talking to Cy Silver of the CX Silver Gallery and Asian Cultural Center of Vermont about some stuff they've got going on, so that'll be tomorrow as well. And you may notice I'm clipless, I'm scriptless, so a little bit of a different show here as we remote broadcast, but you still have me here. And maybe if I just finger pick some guitar, it'll be okay? Yeah, that'll just make it better, won't it? Because I'm clipless, I'm not going to be able to beam in my senior news correspondents, Joe Bushy and Daryl Pillsbury, or Gerald Pillsbury as I like to think of them. They're out just about every day gathering clips for me to broadcast from all around town, Skyping in for live broadcasts and also filming more exclusives for me. They'll be back tomorrow with not one but two pieces for you, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll also have work from our senior news correspondent, Teresa Maggio. So very cool. You'll want to check in tomorrow. But in the meantime, I want to move on from the news to our events bulletin and find out what's going on around town. First, if you think you're funny, whether you're not or you are, head down to Comedy Open Mic Night if you feel so inclined. I don't want to direct you. I don't want to make any calls to action. But you could potentially head down to Open Mic Night tonight at 7:30 p.m. at the Rocky Top Tavern on Main Street here in Brattleboro. Amateurs and professionals are welcome. And tomorrow, Basic, or the Brattleboro Area Skate Park, is hosting their bi-monthly planning session with the Brattleboro departments about plans for the state-of-the-art, as they call it, skate park at the Kroll lot here in town. That meeting is at 6 p.m. in the Hannah Cosman Room, which is at 230 Main Street, also home of Brattleboro Community Television. That's just above the library on Main Street. Again, 6 p.m., Hannah Cosman Room on the second floor. So if you're interested in skating in that new addition to the Brattleboro area, very cool new addition, then stop by there. It's a public meeting. And moving on in the events calendar, this Friday, CineSlam continues their showcase of cutting-edge LGBT short films that they'll be broadcasting a myriad of. And that's at the Hooker Dunham Theater, which is 139 Main Street, starts at 7 p.m. So check that out as well if you're interested. And I'll also remind you that our weekend calendar coverage always starts Thursday. So tune in to 545 Live tomorrow, and we'll get down and dirty on the everything that's happening this weekend, including talking to the Brattleboro Museum and Art Center's director, Danny Lichtenfeld, about Wolf Kahn's upcoming visit to the museum. Some very cool stuff going on there. It should be a great night. So we'll find out more about this Sunday's Wolf Kahn-tastic Brattleboro Museum and Art Center event. And we got to just move on to a few more things before I wrap up this show. Among them, a schedule quick glance. But first, I'll say this. If we missed your event, or we covered your event, but you want a little bit more coverage than just me yammering away, as much as I love that, you can email me, Roland at BrattleboroTV.org. That's ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. And I'll be sure to figure out, either get your event on, or maybe even figure out how to get you on camera talking about your event, or somebody else involved in your organization. Again, ROLAND at BrattleboroTV.org. We'd be very interested to hear from you. We want everything around town on this calendar. So get in touch with us. And that leads me to our BCTV schedule quick glance, where we get to hype what's coming up on our own channel. And for this, what I'm going to do is just breeze on over to BrattleboroTV.org, Brattleboro TV, all one word, .org. And there I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom of our homepage, where we list what's coming up in the near future on both our channels. And this schedule is updated to the minute. So even if we make some last-minute changes to the schedule, you'll see them right there, and you'll find out what's going on our channel. Let's see, what do we have coming up tonight? 5:45 Live. That looks exciting. We also have the Deshay Show at 6:50 p.m., Episode 2 of the Art Talk Spiritual Guidance Series, Dance. It's all in there, so check that out. At 9:45, we have Pies in Brattleboro. That's a little piece that was submitted as part of the Small Business Grant Contest that happened with the Strolling of the Heifers. So find out a little bit more about making pies in Brattleboro, what people think about pies, and all like that. And then at 11:20, we have the return of the popular series Naked Brattleboro, and their piece entitled Dysfunction Junction, about the traffic situation downtown by the co-op. So that's great to have that show back on. Again, that's at 11:20 p.m. tonight. And moving over to our government channel, Channel 10, at 10 p.m. tonight we have the BUHS board meeting, and that's worth checking out. We also have a rebroadcast of this show, 5:45 live tomorrow at 9:45 a.m. So if you got to go right now and abandon me, I understand. You can catch the final bit of this show here, and stop in again, check in with me. So that would be great. I'll also mention while we're talking about our broadcast some of the featured videos of the week that we have going on, which this week focus on the Slow Living Summit that was here in Brattleboro. Our executive director, Cor Trowbridge, and volunteer Maria Dominguez were out for the all of the 3 days that the Slow Living Summit was going on, taping plenary sessions and lectures. So there's quite a few pieces up online. If again, go back to BrattleboroTV.org. You'll see on the right sidebar there's a big thing that says Watch Local Shows on Demand, and we've got an entire category playlist for the Slow Living Summit. Among the speakers were the activist and writer Bill McKibben, the Vermont Secretary of Agriculture Chuck Ross, who we spoke with on this show, 5:45 Live, very cool guy. The Marlborough College President Ellen McCulloch-Level joins Christine Bushway, CEO of the Organic Trade Association, for a great lecture as well, and there's more. So again, head back to BrattleboroTV.org if you want to check in on our featured videos of the week from the Slow Living Summit. Next week we'll post new featured videos of the week, and the next week after that, and so on and so forth, getting you new fresh material to highlight with our video on demand. But you can find just about everything local. We have over 400 local programs on our video on demand, as well as live streaming for both channels and more. So again, head back to BrattleboroTV.org, and that's about a full lid, everybody. But before I send you away for the night, I want to remind you that we'll be back in full quality for, yes, a full quality broadcast tomorrow on 5:45 Live. And we'll have, among other things, a sneak peek of my upcoming live broadcast from the high school. We'll also be checking back in with my senior news correspondents, Joe Bushy and Daryl Pillsbury, who will be speeding all around town getting new clips for you. We'll talk with Cleo Roan, Brattleboro Union High School graduating senior and dedicated BCTV volunteer, about what's coming up at graduation. We'll talk with Cy Silver of the CX Silver Gallery and Asian Cultural Center of Vermont about stuff they've got going on there. We'll get more weather, events coverage, BCTV schedule, quick glance, and more. So be sure to check in with us then. For BCTV and 5:45 Live, I'm Rowan Boyden, and I just have had quite a good time streaming live with you. Be sure to stick around at 6 p.m. for The Climate. We'll be checking in with you then. Stay tuned, everybody, because there's more coming up in just a moment. Much appreciated, and good night. And we're back to a stream exclusive, but I gotta say, streamers, yes, you've gotten more coverage than our TV viewers, I know, and such is the magic of the internet, but I have to say goodbye from our streaming coverage as well. It's been so fun hanging out with you. If you like internet streaming, head to WVEW.org, where The Climate will be broadcasting live at 6 p.m., which is in like 2 minutes. We're going to go live. Very, very exciting. And we'll have contest prizes, chit-chat shenanigans, live performances, and the like. WVEW.org is where you'll find that streaming broadcast with me and my co-host DJ Hotdog, who's tiptoeing around out here. For BCTV 5:45 Live, you've been streaming this Brattleboro Community Television exclusive.